All right, one of the things I've tried to do in these videos is to connect the different chapters. So in chapter 1, you talked about conditional statements in converse and biconditional. And you know what? We can bring that along and use it in this section. So that kind of midterm, it's not like you haven't seen this since the first week of school or something like that. All right, so number 1, you know what? You should be able to turn it off, do this all by yourself, and then come back and double check. So trust you did. So let's get at it. So here, my highlighter, are the 2 keywords that I needed. If and then, any if-then statement is called a conditional. And it really doesn't matter what it is. If today is Tuesday, then bananas are pink. That's a conditional statement. All you need is if something, then something else. They don't necessarily have to make sense. They don't necessarily have to be remotely related. It's just an if-then statement. Right, the converse. Now, if you remember, converse is you do the flip thing. So the first part, if the transversal intersects 2 parallel lines, ends up going at the back. So maybe F still starts how it starts out. Corresponding angles are equal. So before, this was my hypothesis and this was my conclusion. When you write the converse, you flip the 2. So your conclusion becomes your hypothesis. So if corresponding angles are equal, then the transversal intersects 2 parallel lines. The point of this is just to remind you, most of the time, the questions start out with, hey, these 2 lines are parallel, find the matching angles. And you can say, yeah, corresponding angles are equal. But it can also be worked backwards, or the converse. If corresponding angles are equal, then you know the lines are parallel. What is the name of the statement where the conditional statement and the converse, like this, are both true? This is a biconditional. And I'm hoping if you read the questions and did this all beforehand, you're going, it really wasn't difficult because the answer kept being in the next line. Exactly. So write the above statement as a biconditional. Wow. A transversal intersects. Whoops, not insects. Intersects 2 parallel lines. And this is the part that makes it biconditional. If and only if that's the key for biconditional. If and only if, what was the last of it? The corresponding angles are equal. Now, if you wrote the corresponding angles are equal if and only if the transversal intersects 2 parallel lines, that's cool too. Because right, biconditional, I don't care which part you put first, it still works. All right, write the converse of if a transversal intersects 2 parallel lines, then alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, so That's my hypothesis. This is my conclusion. Sometimes they call it the P and the Q. Just do, can't see it on video. You just flip them around. If alternate interior angles are equal, then transversal intersects two parallel lines. So remember the if and the then stay where they belong, giving you kind of a decent English sounding sentence, but the hypothesis and the conclusion flip on you. All right, the last one there. If a transverse intersects two parallel lines, then alternate exterior angles are equal, write it biconditionally. All right, so we're going to write this part. Transversal intersects two parallel lines and our handy dandy phrase, if and only if, and only if the alternate exterior angles. There we go. Whoops. Well, you guys could hear me talk as I was writing. And that's the end of that one. I have homework marked here. You could do that right away, but probably check the first page of this package. I've been changing around the homework a little bit, so check that one to see what is required. Remember, homework is to make it permanent. The more you practice, the better it's going to be, and also the more you practice, the less stressed you're going to be when you write your exams and things like that. So things you're going to do well, you're going to be calmer, and that'll be there's going to be a reason that you'll do better. You're not going to have, for some of you, that math anxiety. All right, that's the end of my little rant, and have a great